What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your weekend roundup. I say weekend because it's Friday while I'm recording it, but it might not get uploaded till tomorrow. But y'all know what's up. First off, I want to say congratulations to Cardi B. The baby dropped. Y'all know now. Y'all know the name Couture, cause something Theophis. But congratulations to her and Offset. I was really wondering how long that baby was going to incubate because I swear I felt like she'd been pregnant forever. But congratulations to her. And it's funny because on her Instagram, like the last couple of days, she was, well, before she had the baby, was talking about how she wasn't feeling good and she just was feeling so bad and she had a toothache and a headache and she was just miserable. And I was like, that baby about to drop. Baby about to drop. And it did. So congratulations to her. Congratulations to Pose. They've been approved. I said approved. Renewed for season 2. I already said that in my Pose review, but if you didn't see my Pose review, congratulations. And if you don't look at Pose, y'all need to get with it because it's fire. And I can't wait for season 2 to drop. And I'm glad. Something else, I didn't even put this on my list, but those of you who follow Pose and Pose like news, Scarlett Johansson got a lot of backlash because she signed on to play a trans woman in a movie. It's an upcoming movie. I forgot what the movie is about. I want to say it's based on a true story. And she got a lot of flack for it because of the success of shows like Pose and the show My House, where you see trans women who can act, who can carry a project, and it's like, why must you continue to hire, people who are not that in those roles? It's like hiring a white person and then putting on blackface and playing a black character. It's like we wouldn't accept that anymore. So why would we continue to accept non-trans people playing trans roles, which I think is valid. So Scarlett Johansson said, y'all know what, y'all right, I'm out, peace. And she dropped the role. So hopefully the producers of the movie will pick up a trans woman for that role. And there are a million out there that could successfully play that role. Alright, Papa John's got caught saying the N word. Nigga. I don't say the N word. I say nigga. If you're going to say it, say it. Like, if you're going to put the word out there, put the word out there. He said nigga. And got caught saying nigga. Because here's the thing. He always says nigga. It's just a matter of him getting caught. Here's what I got to say about that. If y'all ain't already know that the Papa John's man had some certain views about minorities and black people, I don't know what to tell you. One, he was one of the first people a few years back speaking out against the minimum wage, saying they would put him out of business. He couldn't afford to pay his workers, a living wage. And I know that's not racial. That's just whatever. But that let me know where his priorities were as far as his workers were concerned. Then, he was a very staunch Donald Trump supporter. And then he made those comments about the NFL and the protest situation. And so I think he's been very clear on how he feels. And if you were still buying Papa John's pizzas, that's on you. But the stock did drop and he did end up having to resign as CEO. Not saying that's going to affect his pocket at the end of the day. It really isn't. However, I hope that the stock continues to stay down. People got a short memory, especially us. We got a short memory. The next time it's going to be inconvenient for you to go somewhere different. You're going to pick up the phone and call Papa John's and get your damn pizza again. You're going to be mad for a week. A la Kanye West. Everybody was mad for a minute. Then the album dropped. This number one on fucking iTunes. But whatever. Speaking of the NFL, the NFL's player union has filed a grievance against the NFL for their new policy about kneeling. If you guys remember, the NFL passed a rule during the offseason basically saying that if you are on the field when the national anthem is playing, you will stand. They said you could choose to not come on the field during the national anthem. That's fine, and you won't be fined for it if you choose to stay in the locker room. However, if you are on the field and you choose not to stand up, or I'm not sure if it's worded any other form of protest, but I do believe it probably covers other forms of protest, you will be fined. Now, certain owners has said they don't care. They'll pay the fine, and if their players want to protest, they'll just pay the fine. But most of the owners are in line with it because most of the owners supported it, including the owner of my jackass team. But don't get me started on that. I don't know how successful they'll be. I really don't know the language of everything and what the players can and can't do. Like, I don't know what their collective bargaining agreement says they can and can't do, but I like the fact that they put something out there to even show that as a collective group, we have a problem. And again, what people keep missing, it's not about veterans, it's not about being unpatriotic, it's about having the right to peacefully protest. And just like there may be players who were not necessarily for or supported the players what they were doing, but I think most people would support their right to do it. And so now we're at a point where you're saying they don't even have a right to do it anymore. And now there's a problem there. There's a disconnect. So I don't know. We'll see if they're going to be successful with that or not. I do not know. We found out this week they're going to reopen the Emmet Till case. Why? Why? At this point, everybody knows that this 14-year-old boy was lynched for the mere crime of speaking to a white woman out of turn. At this point, nobody even knows what he did or didn't do. Some say he whistled, some say he didn't whistle. Some say he called a baby, some say he didn't call a baby. By her own admission, he ain't do nothing. Now, the woman's in her 80s. I wouldn't be mad about her going to jail. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have a problem with her going to jail if you really want to know the truth of the matter. However, the men who brutally killed Emmet Till are gone. They are dead. Not only are they dead, they were acquitted, so even if they were still alive, there really wouldn't be anything they could do because they were found not, well, I can say nothing, but they would be limited in what they could do because they were found not guilty. It wasn't like they were never charged or put on trial. They were charged and put on trial. They were just found not guilty. And sold their story where they admitted that they did it. So here's the thing. If you really wanted to do something about it, you had time. When I say you, I mean the United States of America government. You had plenty of time to do something about it while those men were still alive and they could have felt it. But now you're going to punish the woman who lied. And again, I'm giving her no passes. None. She lied. She wrong. She needs to go to fucking jail. But the people who actually committed the crime will never be brought to trial. Never be brought to justice. Not only that, but everybody immediately connected to Emmet Till are gone. His mother will never see this justice. She's gone. I mean, he has family members that have lived on. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about the people who were immediately affected. They're gone. So are you doing this just to assuage your own guilt, the United States of America government? I dare say that's what this is about. Because this certainly isn't about bringing any type of justice to the family of Emmet Till. Because at this point, who are you bringing the justice to? And who's getting the justice? And again, yeah, this woman can go to jail as she should. She should have went to jail a long time ago. However, I mean, what satisfaction are you really going to get about putting an 80-something-year-old woman in jail? I mean, I shouldn't say that because I would get a lot of satisfaction out of it. But I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Like, we're 60 years later. Who, justice delayed is justice denied. Who's getting justice out of this? I'm not. And at the end of the day, do I really need the United States to issue some sort of edict to say, yes, Emmet Till was wrongfully murdered? Hello? And he wasn't just wrongfully murdered. The boy was lynched and mutilated and castrated and tortured. And, I mean, you name it, that is what happened. And as a result, a whole town was held under siege of fear of telling the story of what happened, what didn't happen, and who knew what and how they knew it. And then you had this fucking mock trial that made a mockery of the criminal justice system, where they came to town and had this old bullshit ass trial where they had to usher his grandfather out of town in the middle of the night just so that he wouldn't get killed for telling the truth about what happened when they kidnapped his grandson. So nah, I don't want nothing. I don't want no parts of that bullshit. Not at all. If the United States government, if you really give a fuck, donate some significant money to cause for social justice. Matter of fact, just don't kill no more black boys. Can we do that? Can we just not shoot no more black boys and call the police on people selling water and barbecuing in the park and moving their shit out of their house? Like, can we just fucking treat us like some fucking... Okay, I'm getting mad. Let me calm down. I'm gonna be done with that. I'm done with Emmet Till. I'm done. because it just pisses me off every time I think about it. I'm done with it. I might as well stay mad. Ava DuVernay, who I love, and I would watch her direct Two Mice Wrestling. I don't know. That's probably not true, but she has set up her oh god, y'all, I'm tripping. She's doing a mini series on the Central Park 5. She's already started casting, so we see that it is moving along. It's going to be a 4-part series on Netflix. Michael K, what's his last name? You know who I'm talking about. Omar from The Wire. Michael K. Scar. He's going to be in it, and John Leguizamo. So she's already started casting, and I'm going to say this to you, anybody who's listening, any of my tribe members, and you don't know who the Central Park 5 or know anything about the Central Park 5, go watch their documentary. It was a documentary done about 2-3 years ago by Ken, I think it was by Ken Burns' daughter. If you're not sure, you don't know who Ken Burns is, again, Google him, because, again, a phenomenal documentarian. And his daughter, I believe, did the Central Park 5 PBS special. So check that out, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm there for it because, and those are the same boys that Donald Trump took a full-page ad out. Those are the 5 young men who were accused of raping the Central Park, the Central Park rapists back in the 80s, and Donald Trump took out a full-page ad in one of those New York magazines. So I'm going to bring back the death penalty because those boys need to be murdered. And even after they were acquitted and they were cleared by DNA evidence, they were cleared and released and released out of jail, Donald Trump still said that he think they did it. Why would they confess? Bitch, fuck you. Okay. Oh, well, this last story I put up here is going to probably piss me off too, but fuck it. Might as well just go. Let's go for it. Kylie Jenner is on the cover of, I guess it's Forbes magazine, saying she's self-made. She's worth $900 million, and it's all self-made, and she's on track to be one of the youngest billionaires in the world, and she's only 21 years old, and she's bitch, please. First of all, she's not self-made. She was born into money. She was given money. She was given a platform to create more money based off of the strength of her family and her family name. That's number one. Because forget about the fact that she is connected to the Kardashians. She's a fucking Jenner. Your father, I know he's no longer your father. He's Caitlyn at this point. But for majority of her life, he was your father. He's an Olympian who was easily recognizable, who always had, I'm not saying he was a billionaire or anything like that by any stretch, but he certainly had money and had access to money. Your mother, Kris Jenner / Kardashian, also because she was married to Rob Kardashian, there was a certain level of notoriety and a certain level of money and access to, because again, it's not always the fact of what's in your bank account, it's what you have access to. And so you lived in Calabasas and you had access to, your best friend before she met her untimely death was Nicole Brown Simpson. So let's not act like so that's number one, you're not self-made. Okay. Number two, you had access through your sisters who had already created a multi-million-dollar platform before you were even legal. You were on bringing up the Kardashians and you were still in high school. I remember, because I would flip sometimes and watch a couple episodes here and there. I'm not going to act like I never looked at that episode, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I did. But you were in high school on a reality show. That's not self-made. You were given that platform, and then as a result of that platform, you were given other platforms and other opportunities. Now, did you take advantage of them? Absolutely. Were you maybe you do have some sort of business savvy, and that's why you have done so well for yourself? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You plumped up your lips, and then you sold lip gloss off of some fake ass lips. Okay. You got a clothing line. You have all of these things as a result of being who you are and being connected to who you are. You're not just Sally Catch Me Outside in the middle of West Hollywood somewhere and you rolled into $1 billion. That's not what happened to you, boo. Had you never started a company, had you never started any type of business, and you were just Kylie Jenner, at 21 you probably would have inherited a trust, and you would have continued to live off that trust for probably the majority of your life. Like a whole lot of trust fund babies. Let's not act like you did not have it set up for you. Now, I was shocked to find out you was worth damn near $1 billion. I ain't gonna front on that. But the whole article is written as if you pulled yourself up by the bootstraps and created these great, whatever. Same thing like with Donald Trump talking about I did this by myself with just the $1 million that my father loaned me. Really? Bitch, $1 million that your father loaned you? Shit. I might be struggling to get $1,000 to start a little mom and pop shop. So again, and Nene, I'm turning on the light because it's getting dark. Nene Leakes got a lot of flack behind that because people were like, "Oh, she's hating on Kylie, whatever." No, Nene Leakes was just bringing up the exact same point I just brought up. That it's not always about the platform. Also, it's also about the access. Because I think Nene Leakes is someone who's taken a great advantage of the platform that's been given to her through being on this reality show, but at the same time, she ain't worth $1 billion. I mean, we saw Nene's made movies. She's been on Broadway. She's done TV shows. She has a boutique. She has a QVC line. I'm sure she's very comfortable. Now, I ain't gonna say she ain't got no money because she certainly does. But is she knocking on $1 billion? No. Because the opportunities are different. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can come up with something fun. I should have ended this with Cardi B and all of the other stuff that I started it with because I got kind of deep, y'all. I ain't mean to go so deep and go all the way there. I ain't mean to do all that. But I hope y'all have a great weekend. I am tired. It's been a long week, and I am about to hang out with some friends. I'm tired, though, y'all. I'm already tired. But I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all later.